Cześć, witam Cię bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku ze Starfielda. Zostaw kciuka, subskrypcję, dzwoneczek. Rozejrzałem się tutaj po okolicy i niestety nie znalazłem nigdzie miejsca, w którym ten skafander czy tam coś można by było zdobyć. No niestety on nas też zauważa. Czy ja mogę z tobą w ogóle pogadać? Nie mogę. Sara, czy ty możesz stamtąd wyjść?
Any clue how irresponsible you're acting right? You just killed that person in cold blood. Are you insane? We have to talk. It's an...
Znaczy się nie dało. To mam ci powiedzieć. To nic. Jeszcze sobie safe okradnę. Zobaczcie co tu mają w środku.
important.
Nowe przedmioty. Co mam ci powiedzieć, no? Stój, ten padzido. A ona pewnie wróci do tego. Dobra, niech się buja. Co mam powiedzieć, no żeby kupić ten, to trzeba by było pewnie gdzieś szukać, kurde, jeszcze godzinę, albo szukać po prostu tego pierdzielnika, gdzie można to byłoby kupić. Dobra, no lecimy tam, tak? No co mam ci, Sara, powiedzieć, no? Jest jakaś inna opcja, żeby to ogarnąć? Szukałem tam, po całym tym budynku przeszedłem, żeby to znaleźć, ale nie znalazłem nigdzie tego garnituru. Gromi. Kurde, może najpierw z nią pogadajmy, bo jak się okaże, że nie można z nią jakby przegadać tego, to będę musiał jednak znaleźć ten pierdzielnik. No na dolorze poleciała. Obraziła się śmiertelnie. Już. No cóż, pogadajmy najpierw z nią. Żeby nie było, że potem nie będzie można w ogóle z nią wziąć i podróżować, nie? Co mam ci powiedzieć? No zastrzeliłem typa, i tyle.
All right. Out with it. What the hell is the matter with you? Wait. You're seriously going to give me the runaround by flipping this onto me? I'm angry because you've betrayed my trust. You want to play this foolish game? Fine. Members of Constellation are held to the highest regard. We are explorers, not murderers. If you intend to continue this behavior, then maybe we shouldn't be traveling together. I'm not sure there's anything you can say at this point. Well, I suppose I can understand that. Maybe you are... I don't know. As strange as that sounds, I suppose that's possible. Look, I realize things out here can be rough, so I'm going to let this go. For now. Just try to be more careful in the future. Otherwise, you'll find yourself traveling alone.
Dobra, nie pierdol, tylko chodź. Łatwo. Perswazją wszystko się da w tej grze załatwić, jak się mają rozwiniętą na maksa. Ja mogę zapisać i zrobić jakby dalej questa. Ja nie mam pojęcia, gdzie mogą kupić ten pierdzielnik, ten garnitur, czy co tam ona chciała do tej misji, żeby założyć. Ale zobaczymy, co ona powie teraz, bo może się okazać zaraz, że jednak to, że ogarnęliśmy z Sarą problem, to może być tak, że jednak nie ogarniemy problemu z nią, nie? Bo ona się dowie, że tam tego typa jednak zestrzeliliśmy, nie? I może być przypał. Wtedy misje frakcyjne nam się pójdą pierdzielić. Tego bym nie chciał, dlatego zapisałem grę.
I heard you'd exercised that creative license, only not the way I'd hoped. Got that key card for me? Now we're talking. Not bad for a novice. Well, except for your little incident. That'll cost you. Incidents aside, I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better. We'll soon find out, won't we? This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for 2 reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon. Exactly. And since you seem to be familiar with him, you probably know how much we don't like to upset him. If you haven't already heard the name Benjamin Bayou, you'd better get familiar. The man runs Neon and has ties to anything significant here, including Ryujin. The trade tower is his baby, and the Astra Lounge is the heart and soul. You do anything to scar that and make a scene, I guarantee it'll come back to haunt us. I thought that might spark interest. Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd and Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails. Infinity Ltd is one of our aspiring competitors. They have products in several similar fields, ships and neuroamps being the exception. Quantum Synergies specializes in ship operating software. We don't consider them a major competitor since their product line is so narrow. If the two are meeting to work out a contract, that tells us Infinity must be looking to get into the ship business. And we'd like to delay that, if we can. That's what we're hoping for. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director Zola Adisa and their Financial Manager Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. I suppose I can give you a brief rundown. We'll start with Zola. Zola is a born and bred executive. It runs in the family, so she's highly accustomed to an upper-class lifestyle. She's a narcissist who's also obsessed with public perception, both of her and Quantum Synergies. She wants to be associated with the latest and greatest, so she's drawn to innovation and quality. She's considered it, but she's next in line to be CEO over at Quantum. If she came here, she'd have to deal with stiff competition. As for her talking points, the key things to remember are, Infinity is the cheap version of Ryujin. They're a follower, not a leader, and they lack any sense of clear vision. Infinity has struggled with leadership and turnover for a long time now. Lucas Drexler is probably the 5th CEO they've had in the past few years. Plus, it's hard to keep good employees when much better corporations who will pay more are out there. They've launched several, but none survive long. Nothing that would be as big as neuroamps or grav drives. That's why they've taken to just following whatever trends companies like Ryujin set. If they can't make money off ingenuity, they can certainly sell someone a cheaper version of a more expensive product they may want. Infinity Ltd's strategy to make money is to cut cost on quality. You can compare any one of our products to theirs and see it almost instantly. Low-grade synthetics, flimsy thin materials, high energy usage, they issue at least 1 or 2 recalls a year.
Just remember, you can refer to the dossier at any time as a refresher. Now, on to Arthur Cruz. Arthur is a self-made man, and he prides himself on that. He's a full package, having both an extremely good knack for numbers and knowing how to talk to people. As Quantum Synergy's financial manager, he's all about driving profit with as little risk as possible. He makes decisions based on facts and heavily researched trends. It sounds like the two of you could really hit it off. Arthur's a great talker, but even the best can lose an audience when finance is the topic. Talking points for Arthur are aimed at steering him toward Ryujin over Infinity Ltd. Ryujin's profits are 25.7% higher than Infinity's, even with a superior quality product. Infinity's profits are fabricated. They're one audit away from ruin. We have a history of being financially secure that's never wavered, and we have the legal and marketing teams to handle anything that might threaten that. Quantum Synergies is the top name in ship OS. Their reputation has allowed them to keep the best engineers on their payroll. We can't deny that working with them would be beneficial for us, and Arthur is our best bet in making that happen. Besides, an open collaboration gives us easier access to information we'd otherwise have to find a more clever means of discovering. We keep an extremely close eye on our competition. Thanks to operatives like you, that information is almost always at our disposal. Sounds like you're ready then. I'd still highly recommend reading the dossiers, though. Sometimes bullet-pointed statements can stick out in minds easier than conversation. Just as long as you don't sound like you're reading out of a book. The Infinity Ltd rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. If it's not on her person, it will be in the suite she has reserved. Suites are patrolled, so she'll believe it's secure. If you can't manage to get her room key or deal with the door itself, try Boone Morgan, the manager. Boone appreciates credits, if you know what I mean. We got lucky on that one. Nina was making some last-minute changes to it at her own home and happened to save it to her personal data storage. Of course, we were able to access it, so we fabricated our own with new figures and put it on an Infinity Ltd slate. Assuming she's using an Infinity Ltd slate is a bit of a gamble, but one we're willing to take. Exactly. And that incompetence will be enough for them to further question this deal. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? Business executives aren't going to take advice from just anyone. Show up looking like an Ebbside street rat or mercenary for hire, and you're lucky if they'll even acknowledge you. If you think you can do better, you're welcome to it. I suppose I can even provide you with a small allowance. Just keep in mind, business attire is preferred, club attire would be second to help blend in. I bet you are. Just remember to keep a low profile. Don't let the Astral Lounge distract you too much.
Opcjonalne przeczytaj akta, zwróć. Dobra, ale ja muszę garnitur, tak? Ogarnąć sobie. Ważne powiązanie, brak człowiek zawdzięczający wszystko wyłącznie sobie, osobowość charyzmatyczny i przyjazny, lubi rozmawiać z ludźmi, uwielbia fakty i szczegóły, główną motywacją są dla niego kredyty i umożliwia możliwość zwiększenia środków na kontach, bezpieczeństwo finansowe jest dla niego wszystkim, główne punkty rozmowy, informacje o zyskach Infinity są sfałszowane, jeden audyt i po nim, zyski wyższe, a produkty wyższe, działamy marketingu prawny są znane słabszym niż zapewnia bezpieczeństwo finansowe. Ważne do powiązania Delia Madis ma dyrektorka finansowa na emeryturze. Siostra działa publicznie. Osobowość narcystyczna ma obsesję na punkt swojego wizerunku publicznego. Docenia profesjonalizm zarówno w manierach, jak i w wyglądzie. Wciągają ją innowacje, lubi być częścią czegoś nowego. Jakość jest kluczowa. Bardzo nie lubi być związana z czymś, co nie jest perfekcyjne. Główne punkty rozmowy: Infinity LTD to tania podróbka, Infinity, czyli tutaj o podróbkach, tam o hajsie. Dobra. Mamy garnitur. No dobra. Mamy garniak. Szkoda, że nie mieliśmy go wcześniej. Chyba, że mieliśmy go wcześniej. I nie zwróciłem na to uwagi i zabiłem gościa, który jest Bogu ducha winien. No cóż. Ważne, że to ten padzida dalej za nami biega. Chyba. Nie wiem, czy Sara z nami poleciała. Wydaje mi się, że jednak została na Neonie. Na Nowej Atlantydzie. Strasznie szybko to od was chodzi. Nie, nie mam. No dobra.
Someone came dressed to impress. Here on business, or just out to escape? Consider me jealous. It seems the only times I ever make it out here are for business. But at least there is always room for a little fun. Quantum synergies. I assume you have heard of us. It is nice to see you are familiar with our business. That would be Infinity Ltd. Risky, you say? By all means, enlighten me. Cheap is a word quantum synergy should never be associated with. I believed our team had thoroughly researched Infinity, but your comment gives me pause. Their instability was cited as a pain point, but one we could deal with as long as we maintained control of all joint projects. However, upheaval always comes with its own series of issues: delays, morale, public perception, and Drexler has yet to prove he can provide the consistency that I would prefer. Perhaps it really is more than I'm willing to undertake. A surprising conversation, and one I would never expect from someone such as yourself. I suppose the old saying, "Never judge a book by its cover," is appropriate here. It seems I have quite a bit to reconsider now. So it looks like the pleasure aspect of my trip needs to be postponed. Thank you for the insight.
No i pięknie. Dzięki temu, że przeczytaliśmy te pierdoły, teraz mieliśmy przy perswazji takie niebieskie paski, dzięki którym mogliśmy sobie wziąć i wybrać te opcje dialogowe, które doprowadziły nas do dobrego zakończenia tego dialogu. Dobra, teraz z tym ziomkiem trzeba pogadać. Siema.
All these years, and Bayou hasn't let this place slip a single notch. The man knows how to run a business. I suppose I have time for a little chat. What's on your mind? All right, I'll bite. Tell me what you know. That's an awfully big claim to make. You'd have to have some inside details on their operation. However, it does match some of my own research that I've been conducting into their finances. Aren't you the resourceful one? That number tracks with the insider details I've been getting. Interesting. Look, it was nice meeting you, and I quite enjoyed our little talk. But it sounds like I need to take another look at some data before I head into this presentation of theirs. See you around, and maybe next time I'll be doing business with you.
Może tak, podmień prezentacji Niny Hart, dobra.
Keep it moving.
O kurde. Tu mnie chyba nikt nie widzi, tak? Aczkolwiek ja chyba też mogłem tędy wejść. Nie, dobra, ten jest zamknięty. Dobra, jesteśmy w ukryciu, więc no dajcie, możemy to otworzyć sobie. Tylko musimy ogarnąć jak. Ewidentnie w ten sposób. I ewidentnie w ten sposób. Zamknijmy. I spadamy. To, co mieliśmy zrobić, zostało zrobione. Możemy wrócić na drugą stronę do wieży. Trzeba teraz będzie całą... Sary z nami nie ma, jednak została tam. W Nowej Atlantydzie. Osoby znaleziona, fauna do tej pory nie odkryta, nie? Ciekawe, gdzie ta fauna się znajduje. Serio jestem ciekawy, gdzie ta fauna się znajduje, no bo... Chyba przeszukałem już naprawdę sporą część tego miasta i nigdzie nie widziałem żadnego kwiatka, a jednak żeby to odkryć, to pewnie z 2 czy 3 będą potrzebne, nie? Żeby to procentowo się nabijało. Bo tego chyba za faunę nie można uznać.
Just the person I wanted to see. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? You're a natural, and I'm not just saying that because I hired you. The Astro Lounge can be overwhelming for some, with all its bells and whistles. Tie that in with manipulating people who are the equivalent of their boss's boss, most junior-level ops would start to show their cracks.
Overall, not bad for your first high-profile assignment. You even earned yourself a bonus, which Lyndon was more than happy to give.
Only as common as the flawless assignments you pull off. No one wants to clean up a mess. It takes a toll on several departments, which is why we like to promote a clean assignment. Don't tell me you forgot already. Our financial guru? They're brilliant with numbers. Also, if you ever want an honest opinion about anything, just ask them. They're honest to a fault, and often give their opinion on something whether you want it or not. I like to recommend something fun or shiny and new. You never know when life will take a turn, especially in this line of work. But no rest for the weary at Ryujin. We've got a decent backlog of assignments, and they just keep coming, so I hope you're still good to go. At least this next one will be a break from all the chatter.
Your next assignment is to remind the competitor of their place in the corporate food chain.
Some call it retaliation, but we like to think of it as tough love.
Let's just say we don't tolerate theft or smear campaigns against us. If you want to steal in this industry, you better not get caught. And if you want to tarnish our good name, you better be ready for repercussions. Not quite. When you uploaded that virus onto KeltCorp's network, that was a warning intended to slow down their internal productivity. KeltCorp suffered the effects of that silently, although I guarantee they endured some serious client complaints. This assignment is about making our target look completely negligent in the public eye.
Most corporations live and die by public perception. Trusted products lead to a good reputation, which leads to profits. And, like it or not, we're all here for the profits.
Your assignment is to plant an ARC device. The ARC will allow us to frame our competitor for gross negligence and tank the public's perception.
You can call it what you like, but most importantly, it's your next assignment.
ARC stands for Assault, Reprogram, Corrupt. We think of it as a multi-tool of sorts. The ARC locates hard wiring and manipulates the information current being sent back and forth.
Depending on the situation, it's designed to do all sorts of things, but inevitably, they all result in malfunction.
Good. All you need to do is plant the ARC on the service panel of your target. We can handle the rest from here.
Do your best to make sure you aren't seen. The key is to make this look like a malfunction. And good luck. Keep it up, and you'll probably have my job soon.
Jak twoją posadę, co? Kurde, to aż tak? Ten skafander to jest coś, nie? Dobrze to siedzi, daje udźwigu, nie? No dobra, wyląduj. Do ołowianej rodziny nieorganizowanej zalicza się wolfram, srebro, tytan, rtęć i dysprons. Okej, znowu u was.
You're under arrest. No sudden moves.
Kapnęli się. A,
You're coming with us. We'll be taking any contraband and stolen property you have on you.
serio? Coś miałem przy sobie kradzionego? Gdzie jest skrytka na te kradzione przedmioty? Dobra, mniejsza. Chłop jak kurwa przybiegł szybko, ty. Ciekawe, czy ten ziomek tam leży nadal.
Just waiting on the credit check.
Pójdę sprawdzić. Zanim to, że tą pierdolnik tam podłożę. Nie ma typa, nie? Zamknęli go. Zamknęli go jak Stewarta z YouTube'a. A, to nie jest na górze do zrobienia, tylko na tym. Muszę wejście znaleźć. Okej. Tu? Tu. Ja jestem, co oni skonfiskowali mi.
Stop in the name of the law.
O, siema.
Hold it right there. You're under arrest. Smart move. Now come along with us.
Gadzie zaliczy
We'll take
quest,
any
czy nie?
contraband and stolen property, and you'll be free to go.
Dobra, zamknij ryj. Tyle hajsu, że mogę płacić za każdym razem te pierdolniki. Udało się to? Chyba tak, dobra. Kończymy w każdym razie. Dzięki serdeczne za oglądanie. Zostaw kciuka, subskrypcję, dzwoneczek, wbijaj do linku w opisie i miłego popołudnia. Cześć!